You are watching CIOTV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Infomedia.
Hello and welcome. You're watching CIOTV.live powered by Enterprise IT World. In a series of interviews, we try to understand the perspective of CIOs and IT leaders on various technologies and their strategies. This interview is powered by Control S. Please welcome Dr. N. Raveendran, Enterprise-Wide Solutions, Sakthi Finance Ltd Industries. A warm welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
A quick bio of Dr. Raveendran. Dr. Raveendran is a senior CIO in India who has previously worked with Brickall and Axel Frontline. He has been with Sakthi Finance Ltd Industries since 2009. Thank you so much, Dr. Raveendran, for joining us. Such a pleasure to have you with us. Now, thanks to the pandemic, most companies have set out on a digital transformation journey, whether they like it or not, whether they have planned it or not. Now, where has Sakthi Finance reached in its own digital transformation journey?
Actually, I'm not correlating this pandemic with digital transformation. Okay, see, because we started this digital transformation journey long back with a clear objectives in mind, and of course. This pandemic a little bit disturbed our journey, that some hurdles got created. Otherwise, we are progressing well. And I think in my views and actually our organization point of view, we have clearly concentrating on 5 areas for as digital transformation is concerned. One is achieving the customer centricity. That is one focus area. Another is employee centricity, that is enhancing employees experience is one. And the third very important thing is again enhancing the process excellence in all the areas wherever we work on. And the fourth area is very clearly related to compliance. We are a non-banking finance company governed by so many regulators, so we kept as one of the focus area in digital transformation, keeping the compliance part pakka and supporting to fulfill the compliance reporting, submission, etc. And the last but not the least is information security compliance. So this 5 areas we are clearly targeted and working for the past so many years. And coming to where we are, if you see employee centricity, we have almost reached. I think we have done a beautiful, we married a good application, self-enablement, self-service, etc. Process-centric, it is on the go. And compliance, I think we are pretty good. And information security also fine. And we are on the verge of even getting ISO 27001 certification. We are the last leg. Customer centricity, I think we are moving forward, because that is a very critical focus. I think this is our clarity with respect to our digital transformation journey.
Dr. Raveendran, you've laid it out bare for us, and it's very heartening to know that your journey was not triggered or a reaction to the pandemic, and you started early. Now, you said that the pandemic actually brought up some hurdles for you. So, what were the challenges in in having a digital transformation? You spoke about employee centricity, but for employees to sometimes take up different processes which they're not used to for years takes time. Plus, you need a lot of testing, a lot of bugs that are there that have to be removed. What were the challenges that you faced?
No, actually, Anisha, see, our application landscape, I think is pretty settled even some time back. We have a very good lending system in place with very good back-end financial ERP. We have a very reputed CRM and etc. etc. It's all well placed. Okay. So coming to the point, I think you raised the challenges is like our focus and priorities got shifted. See, we were working with a clear focus idea, because of the pandemic, certain things here and there, we changed the priorities. Because you know very well, like work from home culture, that was there earlier also. I think certain set of senior executives, certain people and all we equipped themselves to work from anywhere. In fact, mobile enablement, cloud, etc. and all were pretty adopted even some time back. But only thing is like the business collection, etc. to enable more business, more collection in the pandemic scenario. Certain enablement, I think we were supposed to do, so we have done it actually. So because of that shift, the core focus of digital transformation got a little bit shifted. In fact, like one important thing I can admit here is see, like management was very clear and providing the budgets for like any new investment related to digital transformation. But because of that business and collection got affected, certain things were deferred. I can say, yeah, I think only these are the bottlenecks we faced. Otherwise, there are no issues at all.
So yeah, that is of course understandable. But if you're back on that journey, it speaks volumes of the management's commitment to keep digital transformation as a focus point in board decisions as well. Now, you spoke about yours being an NBFC company and a lot of regulations that you have to comply with. Now, since this is regulated by the RBI, are there any restrictions on the kind of processes that can be automated? Because you said that you're on that journey of transforming your processes as well.
No, it is the other way for us actually. See, in fact, whatever government is regulating, like RBI or SEBI, etc. and all, in my views, they're blessing in disguise. Okay, see, we may be doing certain things, honestly, in a bit ad hoc manner and all, but we take that as a point like, let us adhere to and focus or align the process towards achieving that adherence or regulations. We are very, very concerned on it. You take RBA report submission, or they gave master directions on information security, adherence to that, reporting. See, now it is not like limited to well within the company, senior manager, team, my colleagues, MD and all. Now there is one level up, there is an IT strategy committee. And now it is board actually. So the thing is like, we have found the way of this reporting adherence at all, exactly in line with whatever is anticipated, but whoever bodies it may be, even data submission to credit bureaus or everything. I am not really seeing, I think we are getting any disturbed on that process part.
Yeah, but is it automated? I mean, is the compliance completely automated?
Yes, in fact, I'll tell you, we've enhanced our processes and technical enablement, etc. So that every month, I think our team, they have to submit the reports to RBI in certain date. In fact, we've done the maximum enablement to them, so that I think with minimal intervention on the manual part, they should be positioned to submit the reports. So I'm not really seeing that whatever regulations they are putting as an impediment for our process enhancements. In fact, they are very supportive.
Okay, great. That's great to know. Dr. Raveendran, you spoke about how the senior management already had the ability to work in a hybrid situation. But have you now developed apps for use by a frontline customer-facing staff? Because they, I'm sure, going back into the field. Is this based on mobile?
Yeah, very much actually. See, we are proud now, I think, having implemented 2-3 solutions. I can mention that. One is like, we have done a good mobile app for collections. See, about 400 collection staff, they go meet the customers in place and they handle the collections with whatever modes available, including I think QR code enablement, UPI, etc. So that gives a clear comfort, and they parallelly collect the details about their requirements, etc. That is one segment. This is mobile enablement, smartphone enabled, cloud. You name the technology, it's all covered here. Mobility, it's all there. And I was mentioning earlier, we are using a very reputed CRM, correct? So that CRM, again, it is supporting us, the customers like anything. So suppose it can be for business or collection, the concerned staff, he will go to the customer, sit with them and collect all the details, whether it can be for a new business opportunity, or it can be for any cross-selling, or for even collection enablement. So it's all entered over there. So the ultimate thing, what we get the benefit out of is, one is, the customer is comfortable. And the second very important thing is, that turnaround time reduction, like, for any process we do. So this mobile enablement for our entire, I think, team on the street, I think that's really a great value added thing for us in our business.
Great. What are the IT projects that you're working on this year? Could you enumerate the benefits of, rolling out what you're planning to do this year?
Okay, see, this year, it is going to be an important year for us, though our roadmap is set on the background of digital transformation. We have taken one key project this year, like, we intend to replace our existing lending landscape totally, because we felt I think we used to call legacy systems. I think you can recall. I think legacy we are using for the past 10 years or so, but now we are talking much about the fintech enablement. I think whatever we require, I think just it is like connecting hooks. For example, you take KYC enablement. In some places we do manually in the current application. We take copies, we take snaps, we load it and all. But now, due to the fintech part, I think you just call on application, it will take care of everything. When I know certain applications are even AI enabled to verify everything and all, to talk, even it will correct that images, etc., etc. So like this, lot of features we are compromising in our existing legacy environment. So we are working towards changing that entire landscape, so that it will be absolutely future ready. And suppose we increase in our volume of business and customer base, etc. So I think we are very much focused now to take care of the platform actually. So this is one major project we are working on. That is a very challenging one. We are on the verge of identifying the applications, multiple components, etc. And one more thing, like very important project, like we are taking this. So there is a thing called data lake. Okay, so of course we had a good database, good applications, but the data all spread across in multiple places actually. So suppose if we are going to take up a new application landscape also, this data like background is very important actually. So with this background, what will happen now? I think we want to serve the customers like customer. You take I talking about customer portal, and we also a company in NBFC accepting deposits. So our deposit is also another dimension of customers with a lot of expectations actually. So we want to build with this environment and a customer portal, so that we already laid some foundation on that, so that I think they'll be self-serviced. That's what actually most of the customers they prefer.
Definitely.
So,
Dr. Raveendran, you spoke about the use of AI. Where all are you using AI? Are you using this in the customer experience bit as well? Or are you using can AI actually help you predict who would default on a loan before the default even happens?
Honest feedback, we are not into the track yet. See, we realize, the potentials, capabilities, etc. And AML thing and all, the data, the raw material is very, very important. So though we have the data, so we should feed it to the right way, to get that AML based, results. We have to train, treat, etc. Now, so we are having the expectations very clearly. I think I can explain, like, we want to understand the customer behavior in business and collections, some predictive analysis, etc. But we are getting into the group. We are not into the track.
All right. Yeah. What about the cloud? Have you moved your apps and processes into the cloud, and how are you keeping them secure?
In fact, I think we are proud again on this part, because I am an evangelist of cloud. Okay. Though currently we are in the hybrid part, most of the applications except our core lending part, I think all are in cloud. Okay. Core lending part, I already mentioned, we are going to change the landscape. Definitely it is going to be cloud enabled. You take email, or I was telling about the mobile app, everything on cloud enabled. Whatever applications we are buying, is sort of the reputed CRM is cloud already. And during the pandemic situation, I forgot to mention, we implemented a people HRMS application, this cloud-based. We have implemented a record period of like 2-3 months. In fact, during the pandemic situation, which has self-service facilities, etc. So cloud is going to be the base. That is our clear version. And we stopped buying hardware even 3-4 years back. There is a new requirement is coming up. A small application we want to load everything and all, we use cloud only. And of course, currently we are hybrid. We are moving towards full cloud adoption. Of course, many they used to say the security is one threat sort of thing and all. For me, it is a myth. In fact, the cloud provides more security, secured environment, but we have to take care of it. See, whatever we follow in our current environment, see that should be strictly adopted in the cloud also. You replicate whatever you have, your firewall or whatever measures you have, you do it over there. But you go with the good cloud vendor. I think they have a lot of security features to adopt. Sometimes free, sometimes by paying some extra small cost. You have to adopt that. Second thing is, there should be a small team. You have to monitor, the cloud movement transactions, even hourly basis or daily basis. Actually, that you have to do it. And this VAPT, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, you do it at least once in a quarter, where all the applications are ported in cloud. So I think I'm giving only important points. If you take care of all this area, I think cloud is equivalent to whether you have on-prem and all. Vulnerabilities are there, but definitely you can take care of it.
Right. Dr. Raveendran, what are the technologies that you're most excited about, which you think can find good use cases in finance, and perhaps in the future, you can look to deploy them once your data lake and everything is ready?
I already touched upon in our past, I think, deliberations. Fintech is one, especially for the finance industry. Why to reinvent the wheel? See, you want to have a requirement, okay? So we just cherry pick one thing's adoptable, and you can implement it. I think this is a very important requirement for the all industries. But coming to the financial industry, this is the core technology part. Let me give a small example. Suppose you are getting a new line of business. Okay, so you may be having a lending application. Normally, generally we tend to tune it by spending a lot of efforts to align to the new line of business. But instead, there are ready to use applications available in the market. You can take it. We call it as even greenfield implementation. Okay, and you can deploy it in weeks sometime with the due integration with your current existing financial system or applications actually. So my point very clearly is, for financial segment technology part, fintech is one. Cloud I already covered. Cloud gives a very clear enablement. They don't need to bother about your internal on-prem spending time, etc. And mobility is key. There is no doubt at all for the workforce or for your customers. I think we can have the enablement done, so that they'll be very happy. You will get closer to the stakeholders. Turnaround time will get reduced. Last but not the least, we already touched upon. You also mentioned about data lakes, data analytics, and to enable our team members to take intelligent decisions. Of course, with the support of AI and ML.
Right. Dr. Raveendran, have you deployed any blockchain-based solutions for any operations in your company? Do you see this happening in the future?
It will happen. We are already on the verge of identifying suitable solutions for it. Actually, we are slightly keeping it on hold because I already mentioned, we are changing the total application landscape. Data lake is getting built. So again, it's all interrelated actually. But there are a lot of use cases we identified. So we are waiting to get that move.
That sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
Dr. Raveendran, what would you like to advise the CIOs who are watching? Since it seems your company has been on this digital journey for some time now, you have gathered a lot of experience and picked up, what works well, what can be plug and play. You yourself said, why reinvent the whole wheel? So what would you like to advise all the CIOs who are watching you now?
No, I can rather say it, not an advice. See, though an experienced person in NBFC and manufacturing, etc. So one main thing is, to my knowledge, many of the CEOs are they are there to keep the lights on. I'm not telling anything negative on it actually, but that is not that business at all for CEOs now. So they are part of the strategic team nowadays. Like you take my case, I'm a part of the strategic team. I have a team down the line to take care of the routine operations, but I involve with the strategic team to decide what has to be done to support the business movements. Like any new business coming up, they want to grow horizontally, vertically, everything and all. The CEOs they have to take part. It is not like they'll get some directions from someone, do A, B, C, D. It's not like that. It is actually our role. CEO's role is to contribute or participate. Definitely, most of the companies they entertain. It's not like okay, you're IT person, you do whatever I say. No, it's not the case. It is typically IT manager job, but CEO's role is it is entirely different. And a very important thing is they are the enablers. Not only IT enablers, they are the business enablers. That role is very, very important. In fact, the CEOs are slightly working outside the boundary. They should do whatever it may be to go inside that boundary to take up this. That is my very, very important point. And another important thing is don't just automate. Whatever requirements are coming up can be part of digital transformation, everything and all. The processes they have to be revisited totally. Then only the real part of digital enablement will be successful. Otherwise, it is something like old wine in the new bottle. That will not serve the purpose at all. Ultimately, the CEOs they'll not get the credit also out of it, because management nowadays started seeing very seriously okay, this is the money ROI. Okay, how that it's not like internal benefit, how the customers are getting benefited. Okay, and that is one important thing is, and information security, don't compromise. That is one clear message I want to give to my fellow CEOs. And again, it is a perennial activity. In fact, we have to do some day-to-day strategic moves to keep ourselves secure, because the vulnerabilities are very high, especially we are vulnerable, especially in the financial service segment. We have to be very, very careful. It's not like we are answerable to the board, RBI, etc. and all, but that is the basic hygiene for us actually. That they have to take care of it. I already mentioned, don't strain much. Try to adopt the readily available solutions, proven solutions, avoid it, and your application should be in a position to accept that fintech with APIs, etc. Then your life will be simple, and you can definitely contribute more than the expectations of the management. I think there are some key messages I want to put to my fellow CAs.
Thank you so much, Dr. Raveendran, for joining us and speaking with us, sharing your insights and your nuggets of advice for all CIOs listening in. Definitely, their job is not just to keep the lights on, but do more, become business enablers and bring more value to their companies. Thank you so much for joining us. Pleasure having you with us on the show.
Thanks a lot.
With that, we wrap up the show. To join us again when we come back with another expert to explore more about technology and its deployment within companies, within organizations. Stay tuned to CIOTV.live.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for the opportunity.